which he has promised to those who love him. Stop trying to tell God how to do his job. Stop trying to tell him that he can't do his job. Stop trying to tell him about your situation that you're in, like he didn't allow you to be there so that he could come and save you for his glory, so that he can prepare you for what he has for you in life. There are things that we go through in life, and I'm talking to everyone. Talking to everyone but my peers and the youth, just listening closely. There are things we will go through in our life that we have to go through so that God can prepare us for a leadership role that he has ordained us for. One that you can trust is going to be just for you. You know why? Because he has prepared us for it all our life. Friends, we all have a purpose and calling over our life. Do you know what it is? You should, and in the providence of God, you shall. God fashioned you in your mother's womb so that you could carry out his calling. And if you think about it, God fashioned Saul in his mother's womb. Why was he so tall? Why did he look so good? God fashioned David in his mother's womb. And all throughout his life, he got the lowest position so that he could learn how to lead the sheep, so that when he became a king, he could lead the nations. He had to deal with the lions and the bears so that he could deal with Goliath, so that he could deal with... How many Philistines did David defeat? God is preparing you even before you are you. And then when you are you, God's still preparing you. These experiences, at the time, when you're young, they may not appear to be a part of a bigger plan. More likely, not all of those experiences were pleasurable. But as you look back on your life, you can see the hand of God shaping and preparing you for what God has called you to do. This all starts off with a relationship with God. That is how David was able to begin on this journey. I'm not sure when he came to know the God of Israel, but obviously he did. And that put a great change in his life. Today, the best way to start a relationship with God is through his Son, Jesus Christ. Accepting Christ into our lives is accepting purpose. Accepting a meaning to life. From the moment you accept Christ, he begins to work on you. He has a specific work for you to do, which he is preparing you for. I urge you to make this a matter of prayer and to seek those ministries which God brings your way. And if you are young people who has already decided to give their lives over to Jesus and has trusted in Jesus, I want to suggest, in fact, I want to tell you that God is already at work in your life. Learn the lessons God has for you. Learn to trust him and carry out your responsibilities faithfully, depending upon the power of his Spirit with you. This will prepare you for the days ahead and the calling of God for your life. Be careful about the decisions you make and the habits that you form. All of these will follow into your adult years. Bad habits will be hindrances which you will have to overcome by God's grace. Godly disciplines will prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead of you. And if you think about it, again, applying that to David, those hours that David spent constantly thanking God, praising God through his Psalms, the hours he had to meditate, that prepared him for his calling in life, the challenges that lied ahead of him, that prepared him for it. Imagine David playing his harp for Saul and seeing Saul going wild in front of him. You know, that those things help to prepare him, his mind, his mentality. And all this is coming to play when David is young, preparing him for the leadership and kingly responsibilities that he will have when he becomes a man. Recognize that God is already at work in your life as a young person, preparing you for what he has for you in the days to come. And even as those a little older, recognize the things that God is doing in your life. That was for you, because I am can do anything. So it doesn't matter if you're young or old, whatever you're going through, God is providing for you. He's always providing for you. He has a way, he has a plan. And maybe you're older, so you think I can't be put in a leadership position. Remember what the pastor said this morning. There's no privates in this church. We all have a leadership position. Whether it's over little kids that you have to watch over, you have a leadership position. You have a responsibility to them. And as youth, we are growing up to be leaders. Again, it doesn't matter what leader you grow up to be. I didn't know I was going to be here, but I'm here now. I'm here now. And as I grow older, I don't know where God's going to take me. But I am ready, and I'm getting myself prepared, and God is preparing me for the leadership position He has for me. And He's doing the same for each and every one of you in here. Every day is a preparation for the leadership position that you have. As a parent, every day. As a parent, as a teacher, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Every day is preparation. God is taking you through things so that you are ready for the leadership position that you may be in now or that you will have. God is making us leaders for His kingdom. This training takes place in the school of life. God puts us in difficult and challenging circumstances to deepen our trust in Jesus and to strengthen our commitment to Him. Amen. This training involves servanthood and suffering. And that's something that we all can see throughout our lives. But God is not interested in our outward appearance as much as He is interested in our hearts. Let us look to Him during this training that involves servanthood and suffering. Let us be like David. God will make us men and women who are people after God's own heart. Amen. Now, I just want to say that throughout this week and last week, I've been preparing these sermons. And God has been working through me in ways that I didn't even know He was working through me with. And I come here today, and I come here to tell you this, that God's preparing you for leadership responsibilities. But remember what I told you, that it starts off with acceptance of Christ into your life. It starts off with acceptance of that meaning, that purpose over your life. I would like everyone to please just stand up, bow your heads, and close your eyes. Now, this call isn't for everyone. There may be some people in here who have not accepted Christ over their lives, who have not accepted the purpose that God has for them, the purpose for His kingdom. And if you think about it, it's an amazing responsibility to have. To be someone who is a leader in God's kingdom. That's what God is preparing you for. And once you accept that calling, once you accept Christ into your life, you accept purpose. Maybe you've been going through life and haven't felt like you had a purpose. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's happening or what you're going through or why you're going through it. Accepting Christ lets you know why. You have a purpose. All you have to do is accept it. Again, heads are bowed, eyes are closed. And if you would like to accept Christ into your life, if you would like to accept purpose over your life, the leadership position in God's eternal kingdom, please just raise your hand. All you have to do is raise your hand. Wherever you are, just raise your hand. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you in the name of Jesus. Hallowed be thy name. I thank you, God, for bringing me here, bringing me throughout this week, throughout the struggle, bringing us all here, God. Answering prayers, sending your spirit throughout this whole congregation. I pray that their ears were open and that their hearts were open. I pray that they can accept Christ into their lives and accept His purpose over their life. As you take us through a training ground, preparing us for godly leadership, to bring souls into your kingdom. Help us to continue to have faith in you and to accept your sovereign rule over us. with that faith, God, we can be like David. With that faith in you, knowing that no matter what we're going through, that you have a plan for us. You have a plan for us that started even before we were us. Once we have faith in that, once we know that Jesus is there, and we've accepted Jesus, and we've accepted you, and we've accepted a purpose over our life, you're the best personal trainer. You are with us, preparing us every day. So help us to accept you into our lives, no matter what comes. And know that you are preparing us for a purpose, for a leadership role, so that when we go to the kingdom, there will be an abundance of stars on our crown. I thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to come here and speak, and speaking through me. I pray that you continue to bless everyone here. Keep us safe throughout this week coming. Continue to speak through me throughout this week coming. And send your spirit to the territory. And by territory, I mean each and every heart that will be coming here to listen to what I have to say, to what you have to say through me. Send your spirit to them. Touch them, God, so that when they come, their ears and their hearts are open, so that they can hear what you have for them to hear and apply it to their lives. In Jesus' holy name, amen.